Yo, 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 yo. What it do? It is RB22. Hey, check it out. I got my crew. I got Harry, got Sam, from Houston. And check it out. We got the second biggest better than Waco
Hey,
making a guest
let's
appearance.
go.
Hey,
We
that's
got
not what it
Mello,
What's up?
says.
That's not what it says at all.
It says biggest.
biggest. You need to correct that, bro. You gotta correct
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I used to live in Waco for anybody who doesn't know. So
But you
I
don't
left.
currently live in
So he
Waco,
crowned,
right? So that would mean that
no,
he is now
right.
the biggest
So now he
birdie of
crowned
Waco.
himself. Yeah, since I left.
he
That's the running
wants me to
joke.
add that in parentheses at the end.
Since RB22 left. Nah, but how are you guys doing, man, Harry?
Well, I'm doing
we
good, but
haven't
Verdi
talked.
didn't exist in Waco until just a couple of years ago. So did you just
Oh
recently
my
move out of Waco?
gosh. Here we
You know what
go.
I'm saying? See,
Here
I
we
like
go.
Harry. See, Harry's
Here we
got
go.
a great point right there.
Here we go. I'm gonna move to Waco just so I can be the biggest better than Waco now.
I'm gonna call BS on that because I'm pretty sure your wife's gonna say, "Hell no."
Yeah,
I've asked her about it. I've asked her, and she. Well, even me, like, I would only go back for school. That's it. The only reason why I would go back to
Waco's a
for
nice
school.
place. I dog on it a little bit, but
Heck no,
it's
it's
a good
trash, bro.
It's gotten better,
sorry.
bro. It's gotten
Sorry.
better, man. It's a decent place to live, man. Small town living, decent price houses.
But sorry for the late kickoff. RB was watching the Dallas St. Louis match here, so he had to celebrate the Dallas win. So congrats.
Yeah. No, I was not. I'm actually coming in from a soccer game myself. I just played. Shout out to to Jordan. He came out and helped us from LV Los Verdes. So appreciate you. And then we shot, Texas Ring of Fire. Man, bro, we went down tonight. We freaking no defense. So we need defenders. We need defense to step out. If Marcos, man, if you live closer, bro, it'd be over. But
Ooh, God bless America. I wish I did, dude.
Hey,
Sam,
I
I
need
know
to
Sam's
hijack
coming
this
on.
here a little bit.
What's up?
We've got to come up with a game plan because I guess 30 days or less than 30 days, there's a new draft for the North End pod.
That draft.
We've got to come up with a better game plan because we're getting
Marcos
rolled
was
like
in
Hey,
our
I
TV,
play
so.
MLS Fantasy, so just let me know.
Oh yeah, hey, so hey, next draft, this draft, everyone, we're all in it. So North End, y'all be ready.
Last time you sprung it on, and none of us were like, "What the hell are you talking about?" Now
and then we drafted Reynoso, bro.
Dude, we have Reynoso.
Exactly, bro. We drafted it.
He's clowning.
Shout out to the North End Pod for doing that. Great guys. Give them a follow and watching on social media, but also give us a follow and likes and stuff like that. But
episode 46, man, we're 4 away from 50. We're just smallly moving along, but we're getting there. We're getting there. We keep going. Sam, bro, you got the U.S. Open Cup advancement. We're gonna talk about that. Harry, I do want to talk about your trip though to Detroit. We have not got to talk about that, so I want to touch on that real fast.
I've
How
seen
was
those
it, bro?
pictures.
You took your son. So how was it?
Yeah, it was a fun time.
Did y'all get the dub or what?
No, we ended up losing 1-0. It was an expensive away loss, we'll say. But
those suck.
Some trips are more, some trips are more important than the team result, and I hate saying that. But to me, it was a great father-son bonding thing. It was the first time him and I went on a away trip outside of like RGV or El Paso, New Mexico. I guess we've kind of done the neighboring states, but we flew up there, had a good weekend. Renting a car sucks in Detroit, but it is a major airport here, so I guess that's what you got to do. But no, we had a good time. We found a bunch of local soccer fields in the Detroit area. We stayed kind of on the northwest side of town, so not downtown, because it was just too much money to that I wanted. I could have afforded it, but it was just too much. I didn't want to pay $300 a night for a room downtown. So I was like, yeah.
I feel that. So San Antonio took the L 1-0, right?
Took the L 1-0 on a goal in the first, I want to say 5-10 minutes of the match here. Nate Steinwasser kicked it from his side. They play on
what a gut
turf.
punch, right? Like you're there in Detroit, you know, you've been having a good time, and then 5-10 minutes into the match, 1-0, like, God, man, come on, boys.
But it was a good time. Detroit's one of those environments.
Did you see Eminem by chance?
I did not. I did see.
Real
I
Slim
did
Shady?
go down 8 Mile, the road 8 Mile,
Nice.
but not in that part of town.
Did you record a diss track for Text Ring of
no.
Fire or no?
My music ability is probably like your fishing skills, non-existent. So
Hey, chill, bro. You don't know that. Have you seen my fish?
I saw one picture and you know the internet fame that you have, and I haven't seen any recently, have we?
I have to cover something else now. I don't even have time to fish no more. Imagine all the time I spend at Q2 and doing everything I do for Austin FC. You think my wife's gonna let me go fish too? Like, get out of here. There's no way. But I guess I want to go ahead and get into what we want to talk about, what everyone's talking about, you know, the Wolff In, Wolff Out saga. It continues year 3. It's crazy.
That's the key. Year 3 of Wolff In, Wolff Out.
Yeah.
Because year 1, this was a discussion as well.
So year 3, we're, you know, about mid-season, and, you know, we're Wolff In, Wolff Out, and Wolff Out now. Is that what it is, Marcos?
No, Marcos is the leader of Wolff, I thought.
Yeah, no,
He's
man.
Wolff In.
I'm totally Wolff In right now. You know, like
El Presidente.
Hold on,
I'm right.
I just want to get some context real quick. I'm not even trying to clown, bro. For real.
I know.
Because I want to touch on that about what the Wolff Out and Wolff Out now. It's the same thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the same thing. Go ahead.
Yes. So look. So here's the thing. So there's a whole Wolff In, Wolff Out discussion. Like I said, it's already been going on for multiple seasons, and it's very much gained traction this year, going on with the way that the season has started and things like that. But the whole point of what you were saying about the Wolff Out now was we were just shooting ideas around and shit. You know, people just talking shit. And one thing that came up, and Football Critic was the one that actually brought it up and put it into words, like in a very good way that made sense. And it was totally for conversation's sake. There's some of us that are just like, man, hey, we're ride or die, down for the cause, whatever if this dude's fucking up, he's fucking up, but hey, man, we're down. And then also people are like, man, dude, I don't want to see this guy leading the team not one more game. Like, we want him, like, they need to do something about it now. There's no way we're going to win any cup or get into playoffs with this guy here. We need to do something about it quick. And then we threw in there like, man, you know, actually, people that are Wolff In like me were like, man, you know what? I'm not completely opposed to new management, new coach, new leadership. I'm not completely opposed to it, because if this was best for the team, that's not I want what's best for the team initially. I mean, it's not always going to be Wolff, right? And then we're like, yeah, well, I mean, so that does make sense, because if we keep going on down this path, eventually, yeah, it's going to have to be Wolff Out. So, I mean, if Austin could come up with a badass plan to make things go smoothly and not rock the boat too much, so we can still end up having a decent season, then yeah, you know what? Hey, man, I'm all for changing coaches. And that's the distinction between like the Wolff Out and the Wolff Out now. But that was just between us. That's just like for fun, you know, but that's just between us. I mean, it's not like, oh, that's just another train that you can hop on. That's just another group that you could join. And I mean, it was just for fun, and it made a lot of sense, because it's like the common ground that you could find. Like, we both want what's best for the team. Everybody, you know, and in the end, I just hope I am Wolff In, but that's just my loyalty thing. But in the end, I hope the FO and I hope all the staff, I hope they do what's right, not only for them, but for the fans as well, man, because we're the ones out there fucking grinding, you know. But that's where it came from.
Yeah, no, you make sense. I want to get a perspective from the outside. Want to shoot over to Houston. Sam,
Wolff In.
Wolff In. 100%, right? Wolff In. I mean, looking from the outside in, if you thought Austin had a chance to make themselves better, do you think changing the coach, is that a solution, or is that not, nowhere close to it?
I mean,
What do you think?
realistically, I mean, I don't think it's the right decision to let him go now. I think you let him at least finish the season. I mean, if you get a new coach now with all the injuries you have, it's going to be one of those things where he's either going to come out and kind of lose a couple games and then get it going, or he's just going to have to, or it's going to be one of those transition years. So it's kind of, do you want to win? Like, do you want to take a chance and continue to have whatever you have where you're like consistently inconsistent? Or do you want to have one of those things where you try to give another coach kind of a handle? And I mean, I think a lot like to the Dynamo have had like kind of the same things like Nagamura last year. A lot of people wanted him out like halfway through the season. And so I think we just stuck with him and it was the wrong decision. But uh, I don't see what, I don't think bringing in a coach midway through the season, right before the summer transfer window with all the injuries that have happened, I don't think you can. I think you have to give him to the end of the year, and then I think definitely if he struggles to put a team which has added players to the roster to make the playoffs again, I think then he has to start to be questioned. But I think right now you guys are in a good position considering your injuries.
See, that's why I wanted your
Mm.
take, because I like
Mm.
that. I really do like that.
Yeah, that's a
Harry,
good one.
what is your, USL? You've seen the league a lot more. You follow a lot of different type of soccer, from high school all the way up to, MLS, and you've obviously Newcastle and all that. We've seen European mindset, so I want to hear your take also from the Wolff In, Wolff Out perspective.
So and I think Tony Cardoni on social media on Twitter said it best. If he's a stay of the course person, because I don't believe would be getting significantly better results with a different viable manager. I kind of question that, and the reason why I question that, and to me, if Austin FC is going to make a move, they need to do it before the July transfer window opens. And because you're right, with this roster, are the results getting that much better? And I know Sam and a lot of people keep making excuses about the injuries, especially on the back line, which Austin's had injuries. There's no question about that. But the problem with this team isn't defensively, because if you look at their goals that they've given up, they're on pace with last year. The problem is offensively, they're not scoring. And to me, one of the stats, and this is from the False 9 Texas .com, Austin FC has 5,685 passes, of which 3,311 of them are back zone passes. So, which is about 58% of their passes are done on their side, which equal, the equal equated, the goals per game, which is about 1.06 goals. To me, that's not a player issue. That's a system issue. That's a possession with no purpose. Yeah, you've got possession, you're passing the ball, but what are you doing with it? Now, do you not have the midfield? We've talked about, is it the midfield that's lacking? Is it the forwards that's lacking? So to me, the question kind of comes out is, how much control did Wolff have on building this roster this year? If he had a significant say, how can you say that for him to continue? Now, if it was Claudio that put this team together, and he's MIA right now, supposedly out, supposedly in, that's a whole nother one, Rainy in or Rainy out. To me, but for Wolff, MLS is a league where you can make changes quickly. You can trade players. Now, you may have to, sweeten the pot with some GAM and TAM type stuff, but you can move some players to bring some players in. You got to have an owner that's willing to help pay to be able to do that. Obviously, you got to grease the wheels with MLS, as we've seen with Inter Miami and Miami. and Messi, pardon me. And I know it's kind of a unique situation, but we've seen LAFC kind of skirt the rules. We've seen Inter Miami skirt the rules. We've seen LA Galaxy. There are ways to kind of reshape this team on the fly. And if you're going to do it, the window starts July 5th. I think is what, July 5th, I believe, is when the window opens up. So,
I'd have to check, honestly.
And in MLS, everybody's in the playoffs or in the playoff hunt just because 8 out of 12, I think, make it, right? There's 20 or 12 teams in the West, or 13 teams in the West, something like that.
9 out of 14.
13, so, or 9, 9, because you have the play-in. So Austin FC is most likely not going to be out of the playoff race. So is Austin FC going to settle for, hey, we're in the race, and if we just miss, we just miss? But, and we're not even talking about kind of the locker room issues. I'm just talking about the on-field performance does not match the issues of the substitution goes back to year one. The issue of how the team is, sometimes put on the pitch. Famously, the Dallas match, the first CopaTejas match, for they're here. If you want to find a reason to get Wolff out, there's enough ammunition to be able to do it. But to me, I go back to what Tony Cardoni mentions here. Do you think you can get significant better results with a different manager? That's the question. That's really the question. Because Wolff is an average manager. He's shown that he's an average manager. If you replace him if Precourt brings in another average manager, our results not going to change. Will Precourt go out and get somebody that can make a difference? That's the question, is what are the options?
Yeah. No, everything's fair. Everything's fair. A lot of people on Twitter have been talking about, if you're, who do you bring in, right? Well, it's not our job. It's not our job at all to figure out who we're going to bring in or anything like that. So I wouldn't worry about that. I mean, you can bring ideas and all that, but when has the front office ever listened to what we have to say and be like, oh man, RB22, he suggested we would bring Zidane over here, so let's go for him, And what's Marco's doing over here? He's adding on another screen. He's bringing in receipts. But so Wolff, man, like you brought up the Dallas match, there's a lot of times where he has done this, and
I'm just giving that as an example but that is the most famous example.
Right.
And there's been a couple this year. Last year, everything clicked. So you have to give him credit that everything clicked last year. So
that clicked, and then we had players in the locker room, man. They were just, you could tell the brotherhood was there. You could tell that the link up was there, the chemistry was there, everything was like in sync. And this year, it just seems like they're not wanting to fight for what Josh is talking about, these ideas. You can tell that the subs that he makes, they don't make sense. We got center backs that are sitting on the bench. We have, midfielders. We have no midfield right now, right? We had midfielders that are playing center backs that are too short. Cascante, I don't even get me started with that guy. But it's ridiculous, man. Like, at this point, I'm Wolff In until the end of the season, okay? We'll see where we're at. Like we have to ride the wave at this point, because we bring someone in, we lose those games, we have to settle and sit there and be like, all right, guys, well, we brought a new coach in, so we got to give him a preseason. That's the famous, give him a preseason and see how he does with the full season under his belt. And I don't see a coach coming in and doing what he did with Chivas, right? He made it to the final with them. I don't see how, or was it Tigres, or I can't remember. But anyways, like, that kind of stuff doesn't happen often. So we have to ride the wave. Wolff is in. If you're Wolff out, that's fine. But no more like with this, who are you going to bring in? Like, that argument.
But that's part of the equation, though. I know you don't want to do that. I
understand
you personally, but
I understand that. But
it's part of the
what
equation.
Does it matter? But what does it matter? If we have to get a sporting director first. If we really want to make a splash, the sporting director comes first. Okay.
But Rain
that person was going to bring your
still
coach.
Part of the team, right?
I mean, who knows? Who knows?
He hasn't officially been let go. So if he hasn't officially been let go, now he may be taking a leave of absence along those lines. But until they actually make
But
that change,
even then, who is sitting there telling Josh, "Hey, man, you got to get it together. You know, you got to start producing some wins. You got to start doing this and that." You know what I mean? Like
Look,
there has to be
see,
someone breathing down his neck.
here's one thing. Here's one thing.
Oh,
Just speaking.
you sound bad, bro.
Oh,
Try to see
give
if
me
you
one
can
sec.
fix that real quick.
need to get him a
And what
mic,
we can.
All right,
mic and a camera.
sound better.
Yeah, better.
All right. So the one thing to piggyback a kind of what off what RB says is I am kind of I'm not gonna lie, I am kind of in the same boat with him. Like who? I don't know. Right. I don't there's some people that are a little bit more savvy on managers and pre-existing managers of certain clubs and things like that. And I think RB's right. I mean, no no professional team like that is just gonna look to the fans and be like, hey, who do y'all think we should get, and then and go after someone in that way. But um, on the flip side of that, I think as far as conversation goes, and I think as far as passion goes, sometimes those conversations, they're not for everybody, but they do kind of bring a different. Those conversations do bring a different dynamic to those talking points, whether should Wolff be out or should Wolff be in? And then
But the thing is, bro, is that it stresses y'all out.
well, no,
Like
look.
if
So
y'all would, but y'all are like look at the people on Twitter, bro. They're tripping right now. They're losing their minds. And like Sam said, we're in what, ninth place right now, eighth place, ninth place.
But that's what
We're or
confuses me,
10th.
bro. You guys are in a good position. You guys are still calling
Like
like
we're fine.
I'm, and you have injuries and you have all this like drama going on. Like, Harry, you even said
Our
this.
play, our players
there
got
is
to
so
perform
much
too.
drama going on with Austin FC that
Yeah.
this is just a continuation of it.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I agree. Because look, it's the same thing. A lot of people are just in it for the sake of the conversation. Because I know a lot of people that are on Twitter, kind of sharing stuff,
Eighth
and
place, eighth place.
some people that are just kind of sharing things, and some people that are just like, whatever. It's more or less like a small amount of people that are just making a lot of noise, and they're just like not letting up. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's making it seem a little bit bigger than what it is. Um, and that goes to like what RB said. Like people are tripping, like people are losing their minds. And for me, I'm with whoever. If someone makes a good point, I'm like, damn, I like that point of view, whatever, blah blah. But still, in the end, I'm Wolff In until he's not. Kind of like what RB said. And I think that if somebody really, really wanted Wolff out right now, they would be doing something about it, not just saying it. And that's just me.
Let me ask you guys this: the
Does he
crowds,
take Wolf with him? No. Wolf in.
the crowds at Q2 Stadium. It seems like it has impacted. Now, I'm not directing that to Coach Wolff or anything at all, on him personally. But to me, I think that's where you have to have that. To me, that's where pre-court has to start paying attention. Because before, he's been having sellouts and the environment's been great. And I'm not talking about the supporters section. I'm just talking about just in general. And we saw this happen in Houston, with Sam's team, where ownership kept a coach and kept a technical director probably for a year or 2 years too long. And they did some other things as well, where they weren't the most fan friendly. And we've kind of seen that the first shot this year with the season ticket increases. For that's going to play a part into upcoming seasons as well. So there is a risk of keeping a manager loyal as well, because if the fans start to give up, and I'm not talking about the diehards, I'm talking about the casual fans that go to the game for the environment. If that environment is if it's still not exciting soccer, if it's still not, if the environment is not what it was, that can also hurt Austin FC in the long run. And that's what, in my opinion, that's the problem with Houston, is they burnt so many bridges by, the lack of identity, the lack of changing technical directors along those lines, that fans gave up, and fans will find different things to do, especially in Houston and Dallas. Now, Austin, San Antonio, it's a little bit different because they don't have all the options, that Houston and Dallas does. So to me, that's the other factor on this here, is if you do keep him, let's say Austin squeaks into the playoffs, then do you make a move or not? Or you say, well, hey, look, he's been to the playoffs 2 years in a row. You know what I'm saying?
You see, yeah. I mean, you bring up a fair point. That's a fair point. It depends on how we do in the playoffs, right? Like for my mindset, but it's just time and time again, I've seen that Wolff has had an opportunity to learn something, and he doesn't learn, and that frustrates me. I want so much for Wolff to succeed. Like, so I like Wolff, I really do, and I just want him to succeed. But there's times where he has a chance to make the right choice and put, an attacker for, a defensive player or something. We could go back to the back four and push it forward up, and we just don't do it. We put more defenders on, and it's just a one goal different game, and it frustrates me, man. We go away. We put out a funky lineup. We don't play center backs. Those small little things, those just kind of show me that after 3 years, man, bro, like, gosh, like Wolff In until the end of the season. And then obviously we'll have to see how, because his contract's until 2025. So he's here until, they may write it out. They may not want to spend money on Wolff by putting him out, especially if he makes the playoffs. Like Harry said, hey, he's making the playoffs. What's the problem? We got playoff games here. We're selling tickets. We're selling beer. Shit, life is good. What's the problem?
But to me, that's the key. Is what does the fan base of Austin FC wants? As a San Antonio FC fan, hey, I don't mind Wolff there. Just because like I said here, I don't think he's the best manager there. Personally, from there, I think Coach Marcina, here at San Antonio, is a better manager than he is. And I know that's kind of crazy to say, but Coach Marcina has won 2 Division II titles, has coached in Canada, has coached, all in lower league soccer, but has never been given the opportunity.
Division II, bro. Come on now. Nah.
You're still winning titles. I don't.
I watched him coach. He's a good coach. His players play for him.
Yes.
And they look like they look up to him. That's
and it plays.
They look like they're scared of him. They're scared of him. Like they fear him. Like that's how your coach needs to be.
Yeah.
They need to be on diet. Oh man.
I see. Look, there are some obvious points too. Like kind of like what Arby said, where Wolff has had, and look, even me, as much as I'm, like back my leadership, whatever. There, like Arby said, there have been some opportunities, man, where it's just like, all right, I see what you were trying to do. It didn't work. And then the next time you go, that we go into to Q2, we're hoping like, all right, man, he saw what happened last time. He's smart enough, man. He's gonna change it up. He's got all the fans. The supporter section's good. He's got some decent players, man. New badass stadium. He's gonna, and then no, doesn't he like? And I was gonna ask this earlier. Is it just out of being fucking stubborn and shit? Or is he one of those people that has a plan and he's like, you know what, I'm not gonna sway from this because I know that the only way that this is gonna work is if I stick to it, and in the end, whatever, blah blah blah. I don't know what his own personal view is, but it's either or. Either he's onto something, or he's just being straight stubborn, man. And like what Harry said, it's like kind of like, what do the fans want? You're gonna start to lose this and that, and a lot of casuals would fall off and things like that. I'm one of those, man, that if I see the opportunity to like campaign, like, hey man, like this dude needs to come on.
Here's a question for you guys, and this might be something that you guys have to do some research on. To me, part of this problem goes to player development. who's in charge of that? And a prime example of that is Kip Keller. Last year, I understood why he didn't play for Austin FC. But he should have been loaned out to a USL championship team or USL League One team, whatever. So that way he got playing time and minutes to further his development. And, but Austin didn't have Austin FC 2 last year. So you're able to kind of see that. But there is a difference in quality between MLS Next Pro and USL Championship. Where if you've got kind of those tweeners that are maybe fringe MLS, that fringe 18 roster that could be on there, but they need the minutes to continue to be developed, but are better than what's being played in MLS Next Pro. To me, that's one thing that I don't know if that's Coach Wolff or who that falls under, but to me, that's also something that I think for most Austin FC fans, they don't really look at is that player development for the young kids. And what's the guy that they just drafted this year that you're good friends with from San Diego? Was it San Diego State? I forget who his name is. CJ. But it's one of those things to where that player development, I know Austin's young, don't get me wrong, but they're not taking advantage of all the tools that they have to be able to enhance, to build that pipeline. And if that's Coach Wolff, that's not stepping up to be able to do that, especially right now. If that's, if that was Reyna or whoever that falls under, to me, that's a big part of this discussion. Because Kip Keller, if he would have got minutes in USL Championship last year, he would have been more experienced. He would have been more developed. In that week 1 when he came in, he probably wouldn't have made the same mistakes that he did. And then we're not talking about Ring at center back. You've got Kip there. You've got, you've still got the injuries. Don't get me wrong, but your young guys that you're bringing in, was it the young center back that they brought in that also had an error in Haiti, I think was
Tark, yeah.
Where is he at? You guys are signing center backs, but they're not the young center backs, but you're not giving them time to develop.
We're playing Lima and Ring as center backs.
And
but yeah, man,
that goes to coaching though. That's coaching and player development.
Yeah, you're right. You're right, man. It's Harry. I told you were an Austin fan. I told you you're an Austin fan. I mean, it's frustrating you.
It doesn't frustrate. Well, it frustrates me from a player development, whether it's with Austin, Houston. I had the same complaint when Houston and RGV were tied at the hip. It just that relationship didn't work. Houston didn't properly do it, and Generation Orange, back in the day, I'd go onto there and be like, hey, this is not working. Edson down in the valley would be complaining, and just Dallas does it right. As far as the 3 teams, Dallas and their pipeline, they've got it down. They loan players out. Like we've got Isaiah Parker from Dallas. They loan their players that are a little bit better than MLS Next Pro and through there. And to me, I think it was a big disservice to Kip Keller last year by not playing him, because he needed the minutes. To me, I think he is a great player, but you've got to play, especially at that age. And they didn't. To me, they set him up to fail this year, in my opinion. And to me, I personally put that on Coach Wolff there, for that here.
Yeah, so here's another one too, Harry. Like, kind of remember. So when you're reading off that tweet from Tony, right? And there was a subtweet, like a tweet under that he added on there that I retweeted, which was giving Coach Wolff the opportunity, and the staff, to weather the storm, because they are going through it too, and the interviews don't sell it, but I know for a fact he's got to feel some kind of pressure, man. I know that word is getting back to him, how everybody thinks, what everybody's saying, and how everybody feels.
But does he though? That's the question.
Okay, I know. See, that's the speculation, right? I don't know if it is or not, but there's a lot of noise. I would be surprised.
There's a lot of noise from the fans, but there's nothing from the team.
So here goes to this. So going with the transfer window coming up, right? Not being in the worst position ever at this point in the season, given the situation that we're in, I think that if given the opportunity, like they are being given right now, if they were able to make something shake, if they have some kind of plan that just can't be just unraveled, from one day to the next, that takes some time, that's like, okay, man, you know what, shit, we do need to completely switch it up, but it can't be done. Like if they have some kind of timeline, I believe that with the whole transfer window coming up and the second half of the season coming in, I believe that if there is some kind of plan and they do give a damn, there are going to be some changes here within the next couple months. And I think that'll be the perfect time to make those changes without completely rocking the boat, because you're past the first half, you're in a decent position, making some fucking changes in the best interest of the team would not be a bad thing at that point of the season. And I think if any time is best time is that time, and if they don't, then you know what, we have to mount up and gear up and ride outside of Q2, because you know what I'm saying.
Let's hope it doesn't get to that point. There's a lot of discussion on this Wolff Talk. We can go on forever, but
so here's a question for you, because he brings up the transfer window.
Okay.
We obviously saw Miami, bringing in Messi.
Yeah. Well, for those who don't know,
breaking news:
Lionel Messi. Yeah, breaking news: Lionel Messi.
And it's not just going to be Messi that comes in.
Don't forget the sirens, the siren emoji.
To Austin FC. Boop, boop,
boop. But to me, the bigger one was Real Salt Lake bringing in Kristen Arango from Pachuca, who was with LAFC, a striker.
RSL, man.
So RSL's making moves.
Yeah, the right moves.
And to me, and I joked with Chris. Was it Wilhelsen?
Oh yeah.
He was like here, and I was like, hey, but you got Zardes and Maxi, and then the little emoji was smiling, saying, to me, that's the issue with Austin FC, is they do not have the attackers up front that they need. And I know RB's been on this train for a while. I don't know if Precourt will open up his pocketbook enough to go out and give what this team needs, and that's a upfront striker to be able to do the job. Or is he going to keep pulling out RB and the rec league forwards out there?
Yeah, the soccer zone forwards. Look, we'll touch on it real quick, and then we'll move on. I want to talk about Houston, their US Open Cup win
run.
too.
Semifinals, baby.
So, but also with Wolff, the money that we have, whether it's Wolff or obviously Claudio Reyna, with the money that we're spending on some of the positions that we have, we really could have some good players like Giassi Zardes getting paid what he gets paid, Cascante getting paid what he gets paid. A lot of these players getting paid what they get paid. We could really have like a really, really good player. Because Gaberson was getting like 800 or maybe a little bit close to 900 or maybe a little over 900. But Cascante is making like, what, 785 or something like that? So it's like, dude, like, come on.
Bro, and restructuring contracts for the greater good is not unheard of. I mean, that'd be badass to see something like that. They would win my heart if they did some shit like that, because the professional, badass, successful European teams do it all the time. Trying to make space or trying to make funds available to grow the team. And it's not unheard of. So,
dude, trade players to Colorado, dude. Colorado's a wasteland. They got money. That's where, and Zardes came from there. So obviously, most likely you're not trading him back. But to me, this window coming up is going to be a pivotal one for the Wolff In, Wolff Out crowd. Whatever side that you're on. Because you got to figure he's the biggest voice, in the room at this point, right?
Mm-hmm.
You figure his voice carries the most weight. RB, you agree or disagree with that?
I agree.
Yeah, sorry, man. My son just walked right by, and he's. What'd you say? Who has the biggest voice?
Wolff.
Wolff. He should. He should.
Because Reyna's not there. Well, allegedly Reyna's not there.
I mean, at this
So
point, yeah, that's what I mean. Like, but who's breathing down his neck? Who's making the decisions? It's Wolff.
That's why I don't think anybody is. So this
or Sean
we're
Rubio.
gonna find
Sean
out on
Rubio.
this transfer window.
Yep.
If on and you're right, for this year, I don't see Precourt making a change for this year. I just don't see. I don't think he's that type
And if
of
we
manager.
make playoffs, bro, and we make a run and we make Western Conference Finals again,
you're not
you
making
know,
the Western
everyone
Conference Finals, dude.
Okay, bro. Okay,
that's what
Come on.
everybody said before.
Bro, RSL last year or 2 years ago, they made the Western Conference Final.
You're
So
not making
it's
the
possible.
Western Conference Finals.
Hey, you know what? I'm just saying. If it happens,
Come on,
and Wolff
that's like
is still
saying Houston's making the Western Conference Finals.
No, it's like
That's
saying
how silly you
Austin.
sound,
If
man.
Austin makes the West Conference Finals, like I was already getting at, all right, then everyone's gonna be sitting here like, bro, like what even happened? Like, you know, and I think that it's not gonna happen. Obviously, right? We're not gonna make the Western Conference Finals. MLS, anything can happen. Anything's possible.
Facts.
But making playoffs, 9th, 8th place, wild card game, and then you go to LAFC or Seattle, you know, and it's just, man, it's tough. Like that's like the way we're playing at this point, I wouldn't want it to happen. Okay, but enough of that, right? We'll get on this U.S. Open Cup. Sam, get in here.
Before we do that, talk about your Austin FC results here. Just kind
getting
of
side blows, bro. Getting
blows.
side shots thrown at me, bro. I haven't said anything.
Oh, you're
saying the Dynamo won't make the playoffs.
Say something. Say something.
No, I'll stay in the shadows. I gotta keep receipts.
Receipts. Keep them.
Cabron.
Right. No, but this past weekend, Austin FC did host Real Salt Lake. We had about a 2-hour rain delay. I did not go to that game. I had a birthday party here at my house, so appreciate everybody coming through. I know y'all support, so y'all listen every now and then.
Bro, we were turning up.
Bro,
Dude,
you wouldn't have came. You wouldn't have came. You wouldn't have came to Austin for me, dog. You come to Austin for Austin FC, but not RB22, you know. So it's all good, all good. But Austin FC, they lose 1-2. Rubin scores both goals. He gets going, you know, gets a brace. Cascante scores one in the 92nd minute. Say what you want, I don't care. But Cascante, if you go back and look at those goals,
you did beat Minnesota United 2-1 too. So you had 3 points out of 6.
Yeah, my birthday. Thank you, Drewsy, for coming back on.
Yeah, for real, my G.
Right. It was pretty badass birthday. I went with my wife and my daughter, my son. We sat up top. The view from up there, dude, it's pretty nice. Like you can be very analytical from up there. So seeing like with the open spaces and all that, yeah, I think we talked about it. Yeah, we came on last Thursday, talked about it. I think.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. So I feel like I was repeating myself, but yeah. So RSL, okay. I was getting to the point with Cascante. Go back. I want you to go back and watch the replay. Okay. I want you to watch both goals, and I want you to watch Cascante on both those plays. Okay. And when you do that, come find me and let me know if that's what you think about that defending. All right. Me, when I defend, I always keep the person. I'm always in between that person and the goal. Right.
That's right. Goal
like
side.
That's how I should always defend in my eyes. And I'm a forward. You know. So when I'm defending, that's how I. You know. And I'm up on them. Like
that's like
so
some
I know that
stuff, you know, recreational soccer stuff. That's
just go watch both the goals that they scored, and the one that they almost scored. Go watch both. Like go watch them. And tell me, and just watch Cascante. I'm not saying that they're his fault, okay? All I'm saying is just watch Cascante and watch his defending. It's questionable, but he does get the goal, you know, and that's why everyone's just like, oh, he scores, you know. Well, maybe move him up. Maybe start him as a 9. You know what I'm saying? Maybe start him as forward. Hot take. So we lose 1-2. We do go to SKC. We go Saturday. We play at 7:30. No U.S. Open Cup for us this week. We're taking a break. I think we had a bye week or something like that. So we had a bye week. No, we're out. We're out for those who confused. And Messi is to enter Miami. I don't want. I hate whenever I give like false statements and I don't like correct myself because it's so funny. But it's not funny, right? But so Austin FC, man, we got to get it rolling, man. Dardis, Uruti, they both start. When they start, I feel like they just they. It's rare that you see them really just start and just get started. I guess you could say like it's frustrating, man. We don't have a 9. We never have had a 9. We need to get a 9. Chicho Arango would have been nice, but how are you gonna bring Chicho whenever you have Zardes on the books? And on top of that, you got Will Bruin too. Don't even know what we're paying him, but it's what's going to happen with Bruin. We got Fagundes. Fagundes is he got to get going too, man. Fagundes has been a little off this year. It's coming back from injury and before injury. So Gallagher, our best player, 5 goals. The guy's a beast. The guy is a monster. He's a hell of a machine. And Lundy, Lunkovic, appreciate you, Sam. But he's definitely looks like he's mirroring John Gallagher. And I promise you, I think, mark my words, Lundy's gonna end the season with about 2 or 3 goals. So they're coming. They're coming.
Probably team high assist too. That fool gets up there, man, and he sends them.
Yeah. He's a good
feeding
player.
somebody.
Hey, bro.
So
he
we got to
always
get
looks like he's
center
gonna
backs in.
score, bro, but he never scored, bro. It's like
I know,
this
right?
much away, bro.
It's an illusion.
Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. Don't give me false hope. But yeah, so Austin FC, let's get to 3 points. Hopefully we can come back with some 3 points. SKC ain't too good.
It's my birthday this weekend, man. So they better come with the 3. They better come with the 3. I'm having a big ass. I'm gonna have a big ass watch party here with the 254 Verdes, the little chapter we got here. Huh?
No invite.
I did. Remember, I sent it to you.
Nah, it's cool, bro.
Yeah, I did. Man, no,
I'm finding out about this right now.
Hey, bro, you're a jerk, bro. I did.
I know. I got to give you a hard time, man, because I can't see your face. But Austin FC, let's get it. Stay better than my friends, and I'll see y'all next week. Nah, just playing. Sam, come on, Marcos, chill. Yeah,
bro, you're funny, bro.
So we had FC Dallas. They hosted Nashville last week. Lost 1-2. Tough game for them. And they also had a midweek game. They played St. Louis City tonight at home also. Won that match 2-0. So Dallas, Jose, he had some technical issues going on. Dallas is in 4th place on the table right now. Ain't really got much to say about Dallas. It's boring up there. So let's keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. We'll have Jose in here next week. He did live stream, so any Dallas fans, y'all head on over to his channel and make sure y'all catch him every game, even if it's home. He don't go to the games. He stays home and streams them. So man's dedicated. Got to appreciate it. You got to respect it. So let's move on to Houston. Houston last weekend. Finally, right?
Finally,
St. Louis City
winning, bro.
Yeah, St. Louis City.
The US Open Cup. In the US Open Cup.
No, we gotta talk about the St. Louis City game, baby.
Nah, I'll pass.
All right. Well, we still got 3-0. St. Louis City takes that one. We got Lowen, Ostrak, and Gioacchini. Bro, what kind of with those names? They gotta be good, bro. They gotta be.
Bro, there were 2 penalties, bro. 2, bro.
Yeah.
One of them, he got bodied, bro, and it was called penalty. And then the other one, bro, Chase Gaspar, bro. I don't know if he has a rock for a brain or something, bro, but he be doing some stupid shit. But week in and week out, I mean, going into this game, bro, I was just hoping for like a draw or something. And I mean, those first 10 minutes, they were looking good until we gave up that penalty. So I was kind of confident, and then going into like the 45th minute, everything started falling apart, and then all of a sudden, Franco decided like he was gonna start fighting with another player, and so like I wasn't paying attention, but a bunch of things started happening. And then Franco had a red card for basically touching Giochini. Like bro, like try to hug him to stop him from like fighting, and he fell over and he got a red card, and so that got like taken away after VAR. But for the rest of the game, Franco got booed, and I, I mean he had like 2 or 3 opportunities to score, and he missed every single one of them. So I mean we came out of that second half like going good. Like I feel like hey, we could have gotten a lot more. I mean, there were 1 or 2 chances where in that first half where we probably could have gotten something out of it. I think we had the highest goal differential of that game and still couldn't score. So, uh, I mean, sometimes the offense clicks and sometimes it doesn't. But I mean, it's one of those weeks where we've had so many games where I mean, Acha didn't even start. So, it's one of those things where you got to take it like with a grain of salt. So Achacha finally came in the game and into the game in the second half, and he just changed the game. I mean, immediately we went off offensive. Harry disappeared. Immediately we went offensive, and I mean, like the team actually looked like we were getting something. I mean, but Burki, I don't know where he comes from, but he was able to save everything. I mean, like there were 2 or 3 that he just straight up shouldn't have saved, and he just did. Like I don't know how he pulled them off. So, I mean, 2 fouls that were like, like I mean, I feel like the game we could have put 1 or 2 goals out there, and I mean the ref wasn't amazing, but I mean you can't be blaming the ref every game. So I mean, looking at this, I mean, if the Dynamo can just be more clinical in front of goal and just kind of not be silly in the box, bro. First foul, soft, but it's a penalty. Second foul was just he got bodied and they called it a foul. I don't know about that one, but um, it was an interesting game. I think we could have come out with more than just a 3-0 loss, but I mean, it it wasn't a terrible performance. Like if you looked at it on paper and you saw the actual game, it was different.
No, that's good. That's good. 3-0 though. That sucks. The PK. Always gonna hurt you. Penalty kicks, and then the yellow card, the booze, mental game. You shut down a player. I see Aliu had a bad game. So
Yeah.
when you have your forward having a bad game, it's tough to get stuff going.
And I
So
mean, if you guys want to talk about forwards, bro, I mean, I'll sell you Sebastian Ferreira for like whatever you want, bro. He's not even making our bench anymore, taking up a DP
dang,
spot.
Treat him like
it's like
Pokemon.
that. So Ferreira's not making the bench no more. DP.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I that usually like last season, Fafa wasn't making the bench and he was gonna go to a Liga MX side. I think it was Pumas, but
Yeah.
I forget. So that's usually what Pounds that does whenever a player is leaving. So hopefully,
Yeah.
bro. I mean, I think he got disrespected by like Ben Olsen. Like he didn't even really give him a chance. But I mean, I think he's gonna get respect. He better get some respect wherever he goes next. But I mean, I think he's as good as gone, bro.
Yeah.
Damn.
Well, he's gone. Then y'all move to Open Cup Tuesday. Travel to Chicago. Y'all get work done there. 4-1.
Yeah, we got
Basi with a penalty.
pro
What's that?
referee karma,
Yeah. Why's that?
bro. Chicago got robbed.
You
Really?
think so? I thought Houston did good. I don't know that. I was watching most of the game. I thought Houston did pretty good.
No, I mean we played good. I watched like the first 75 minutes and then I had to go. But I mean it was like I mean we played good offensively. We were clinical. I mean probably could have 1 or 2 more, but Quinones gets his goal. He played amazing. Goko is dishing out passes like he's Modric. So we played well. So
That's
uh,
kind of a.
I
I
don't know
mean,
what
I
you're
don't
talking
know.
about, bro. The hair's the
I
same.
watched it. Oh, I did see it. Yeah, that was a good assist. That was a good assist with the outside of his boot.
Yeah.
The Tres
but
Dedos.
but nah, like there was that first penalty that was outside the box. Like that foul started outside the box. It was a clear handball, clear penalty. So I mean, it is what it is. We advanced. I'm not complaining. So we
Yeah,
played
you move
good.
on. Semifinals, man. Let's see. Aren't they playing tonight? Who do y'all play?
Yeah, I think Arset won. It was like 3-0.
Yeah. Yeah. RSL's fucking playing
RSL.
smart.
Yeah, so you guys play RSL. They beat LA Galaxy. LA Galaxy, man, in the dumps. Inter Miami beat Birmingham Legion 1-0.
Bro, you
Oh,
So
see
they
that
watch
will
that game.
play.
rivalry?
Oh, that pissed me off. Oh, that game was.
Yeah,
It's
they'll
just
play
like what.
Cincinnati.
It's just like what Sam said, dude. It's the referees fucked that one up, and with no VAR and shit, dude. I think that whenever it's dealing with teams and on the lower level competing against higher level teams, man, you gotta have that VAR, man. I mean, you're one little call like that could rob us a lower level team from like a huge
Well, it starts
moment.
now. It starts now in semifinals. So
Oh, okay.
I mean, it'll be
Hey,
interesting.
I want to ask you, Sam. Ibrahim Aliu, is he him or what?
He's him every 3 games. He's like, I
Man,
mean, when he scores, bro, he's gonna score like two or like you can tell he makes a difference in the game. I mean, I I mean sometimes he doesn't even score and he still makes a difference. I mean, he's kind of like he's like Sylvester Ferreira if he had pace. Like I mean, I wish he would be more kind of like more clinical. Like some of his touches are like wasteful, but
mm,
he's one of those players. If you give him an
you got to work on
opportunity,
that
he's
hold
gonna
up play.
score.
You got to work on that hold up play.
Yeah, I mean, but I'm like, there's a lot of things that our team could work on, but I think attacking we finally have going. I mean, Olsen has made that switch. It used to be we were more a defensive side, and now it's going all out attacking, and he's recognized that. I mean, if we want to score goals and win these games, we're gonna have to let some let some goals in. We can't just sit in at the back and expect goals to be handed to us like earlier in the season. So I mean it's a good change, but I mean Aliyu has been playing well, but I just he needs to like be more consistent. That's all I want, consistency with those runs and with that hold up play, and then
Definitely.
he's good, bro.
Yeah, he seems good. Yeah, I like the way he finishes. He looks clinical, man. So you guys definitely picked up. Y'all are picking up some good players, man, that are helping you guys.
I
You
mean,
gotta
bro.
love to see it.
I mean, there's 2 or 3 players that I'm still questioning on this roster, but I mean, you're not bound to hit all of them, so it is what it is.
Yeah, true. LAFC, they traveled to you guys. Are you going
Oh no, I'm out of town.
out of town? What do you think of the game? Do you think you guys got that one? I mean, LAFC, they they want to make a statement right now. So
Well, I mean, Benelson's suspended right now for that match, yellow card accumulation. So I mean, it'll be interesting. I don't know who's gonna step up on the coaching staff side, but I mean, the Dynamo are hard to beat at home. They're a team that's gonna go out and get their points on the road. Where I think we have 18 points. I mean, 16 points this season. At home, 2 on the road. So I
mm,
mean that just tells you the whole picture right there. So
yeah,
I
they
I,
like playing
I
at
mean
home.
yeah. So we'll play them again on Wednesday. So we play them.
Yeah, yeah, it's double header.
Yeah. So we play them basically like 2 times in the span of 4 days. So hopefully
Hmm.
we can pick up some points so we can end this month like on I start this month good. But I mean I think we can get 3 points maybe in one of those games. If we get 3 points in just one of those games, I'll be happy. Maybe if we draw them both, I'll be happy too.
Yeah, y'all be going in there with some momentum, so that's good to see. Score prediction.
But I mean, I've been spot on those past 2 weeks. I said, so let's see. I mean, bro, I don't know if Wonga's gonna come in and light us up, but uh, I'll go 2-1 Dynamo.
They're actually 0-0 right now with Atlanta. So
I mean, Atlanta be letting in goals like it's Christmas, so I'll go 2-1 Dynamo. I'll stick with it.
Yeah, 2-1 Dynamo. I could see maybe a 3-2. Somebody.
Oh, I
3-2.
mean, that's what I'm saying. It could go either way. I can see I
Yeah.
can also see them being like a 4-3 or 3-4 type thing.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting.
Yeah, same. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. Y'all tune in this Saturday, 7:30 p.m. I appreciate you, Sam, for covering some Houston for us. Send me some videos that way we can get it on the Instagram. Y'all go give us a follow.
Shit.
Don't forget on Twitter and Instagram. So we got to get that going. Make some reels out that. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, I seen that reel dissing Houston, bro, on TikTok.
Which one?
Which one? Yeah,
Whenever they were up in the table.
yeah, we were chilling, bro.
Yeah, no, I thought that was kind of
I
a
know,
damn,
I'm playing with you.
I
I'm
didn't
playing.
think it would be like
yeah.
that.
Just hanging around.
Yeah, just damn, how the hell did y'all get up here? When did y'all get up here?
Yeah.
You know, type of thing.
Nah, yeah. It's
Because I
all
was
fun
surprised.
banter. I ain't worried about it.
Yeah, no, I was surprised. Like I was like, damn, and I was
Ahí
like,
nomás, ahí nomás.
hey, some
Yeah,
Houston
bro.
fans. The reason some Houston fans are even like, damn, I can't believe we're fucking doing that good this way. I was like, damn, that's a good point. I was like, shit.
Hey, bro, this is where we drop off, so I'm not celebrating yet.
Yeah. Right. So hey, y'all go Texas Ring of Fire episode 46. Y'all go give us a follow on Twitter, Instagram. We do go live on YouTube on Wednesdays. Keep up with us on Twitter. That way you can stay updated because y'all parents out there know how it is. I gotta sometimes be late or even just doing things that can come in at life. I want to appreciate Marco's coming on for us. The second biggest red of the Waco. That's my best friend on game days. So appreciate you. Shout out to you, Harry. Shout out to you coming on. He had to run, couldn't cover the El Paso and San Antonio CopaTejas match that they got, but we will cover it next week. I don't want to get too much into USL and go over the hour because we're already there. We're at the hour mark. So like I said, go give us a follow. Goals TV. Do want to plug them in real quick. Jose, he's not here right now, but Goals TV. You go on their website,
Go get
Code
that
Fire.
subscription.
Yeah, go get that subscription. You'll be supporting us. You'll be getting us some candy bars and beers. Candy bars for Sam, beers for me.
It's chocolate milk, bro.
Dos Equis for
Yeah,
me.
chocolate milk. Chocolate milk. Yeah, some Dos Equis. My boy already knows. But yeah, go get that subscription, lifetime subscription with the code FIRE. I know y'all want that lifetime subscription. Can't nobody tell you nothing, So go
Gratis,
get that.
gratis.
Shout out. Yeah, gratis. Free. For free. Y'all go give us a follow. My boy Sam, give him a follow on Instagram. Give all their Surge, everybody from over there, Somos, give everybody a follow out there. We got to support. We got to grow this thing. We got to get the banter going. Dallas, where y'all at, man? I feel like y'all see me and y'all just like, man, who's that? Who's trying to come on the scene? I'm just trying to show some love to y'all, man. Trying to get, some more fans over there. That's all I'm trying to do. I'm not trying to hate either. So
Yeah, look in
Austin
Frisco.
FC, appreciate y'all. Y'all hold it down. San Antonio, I know we got some San Antonio guys listen to us too. A lot of people out there. So just shout out, man, to everybody. Finland, I saw somebody listening to us from Finland. Like they're trying to check out on their boy Leo Weissnen. So I hope Leo comes pretty soon. It's been about 3 weeks now. So he needs to make his comeback. But signing off, Sam, you got any last words?
We're gonna lose this weekend, bro. Nah, I'm playing.
Dang,
Hey,
that's
bro, if
crucial.
I stay disappointed, bro, I won't be disappointed.
Yeah, same, right? That's what Austin FC fans need. Marcos, like I said, appreciate you coming on, man. Verde Bros, y'all go give them a follow.
For sure. Follow us on
You got
Twitter, man.
any last words? Any last words before I cut you off? No.
Nah, man, y'all go show our content some love, man. Follow us on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram. Check out the reels. Send us some suggestions. Send us some footage, and You can roast anybody you want.
That's what I'm talking about. Hey, shout out. Appreciate y'all. Episode 46. We'll see y'all for episode 47 next
Deuces.
Wednesday. Deuces. We'll see. We got SKC. Yeah, we cream them 3-0. Let's go.